Everything I will have is manifesting for my life. Hi, let's get ready. Put on the jeans.
but then you're more on the top of your game, but then you're trying to figure out at 21 and 22 what gay looks like for you. And you're in Hollywood and you're a dark skinned attractive man, but they're telling you, you know, if you're going to be Hollywood gay and a pop star, put on lipstick, a wig, and dance with the dance.
We're just addressing those issues. It's really as simple as that. He's had a great life, continue to have a great life, and this is a bump that he's going to get over. And on behalf of him, his family is making sure that he addresses all those issues right now.
Okay, and so that is what was said, and I'm hoping we stay on that. I'm hoping we stay on that. Okay, so it was good. I got in, I got out. Now there was a lady. I ran into. She was like, "Oh, look different." I'm like, "Dude, I know." She's like, "No, I watched your stuff." Or I'm like, "Oh, okay." And we met. I don't know what that means. Oh, you just look different. I'm like, I'm telling you, these courthouses, y'all, I don't know what I have started by going to the courthouse, but very soon, I feel this might be my last courtroom run, because everybody's recording now.
Sorry for the noise. Let's put on the earrings. Voila, this is the end result. Just a simple something to wear out. You know, you can make this tighter, like this, shorter. Or you can leave it long. Or you can leave it open, like this. So that's it. I will see you all in the next video. Bye bye. Mommy loves you.